Thanks for listening to the Natural Ones podcast. You can find us on Twitter at the Nat Ones Cast or on Facebook, facebook.com/the Nat Ones Cast. You can email us, thenatonescast@gmail.com, or find us individually. You can find Aiden at Alakaya A58. You can find Zeki at Zektown, Jerry at JMEE3RD, or myself at Pat Uglow. Thanks for listening, and is that another natural one?
Previously on The Natural Ones.
That sounded like valuable information that I've already forgotten.
How does a runt, orphan, son of a wench, and a farmer?
And if I take you out to a nice dinner and maybe out for a few drinks, can you knock a 50 gold off there for us?
That play, the tickets are extremely hard to get and expensive over at the theater with Lynn Otto.
It's a Loon Auto Steeple.
Loon Otto Steeple. He sounds like quite the guy.
So we are all together right now, right? We had just left the shopkeep.
Yeah, you guys have just finished stealing and trying to persuade some potions from an apothecary. And
Pat robbed me is what you're saying.
you got robbed?
Yeah, Pat robbed me, remember? Or is that earlier?
No, I did.
Yeah, you did. Definitely got robbed.
Oh, yeah.
I got 30 gold from Hugh.
I'm gonna steal his liver and his
I mean,
You don't know that I stole
to
from
be
you.
fair, you did steal probably close to like 300 gold worth of potions, but
did I? What did I got? I thought I only got a healing potion.
Hey.
Oh, and I got some giant strength
we got to
too.
meet with Mritza because I got a hot date at 8 o'clock at the Frosty Mug. So,
oh, that's right.
yeah, with my girl Hilda.
Oh man.
Jesus, where the fuck is items?
Oh, I should pull up my character sheet. I was just gonna fucking free
Yeah,
roll
let's
this.
just pretend we know what our stats are. That's what I do.
It's what all the best D&D players do.
I've actually been keeping a local file of mine. Zeki, like, do you want me to upload that to the share drive?
No, you can have a local one as long as like
Okay.
you guys are making sure you update it with like all your new items and shit.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What else? What I got? Greater healing potion. What else did I steal?
I believe you stole a fire breathing potion or something, right?
Oh yeah.
It was like a potion of fire breathing. You wanted to steal the giant strength, but I don't think you got away with it.
No, fucking Pat held me down like a bitch.
Hey, listen, man. I'm trying to get in with this girl. You
What a
know.
fucking narc.
Oh, that's right, because you're gonna go on a date with the apothecary lady. Because you were like popping your pecs and like flexing.
Dude, it was
Terry
insane. I kept
Crews.
rolling like 18s and 19s and 20s.
Yes.
It was
all
ridiculous.
performance.
Zeki, make sure you have Discord open. I'm going to be messaging you a lot this one. I
I
feel.
do have it open, and it is open to our chat, I believe.
D&D podcast.
I kind of want to change my guy's voice. Is that weird?
What do you want to change it to?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to come up with a reason sometime in game. I'll talk to you sometime. We'll come up with
Is
a
it
reason.
because your
sometime in
throat
game.
hurts too much from
No,
doing
it's just
it?
like it's just boring to me now. I want to do something a little bit more, off the wall. Not like zany, but
Can I castrate Pat's character and that'll explain why his voice changed?
Well, we could make this happen. Anything is possible. In D&D. It's all about your imagination.
Your date
Your
goes
date
wrong.
goes horribly wrong. She's like,
she needed the secret ingredient of tiefling nuts. That's what it was.
She's into some kinkier shit than you're used
she's
to.
like, I swear this salve is supposed to feel really good, and your nuts fall off. Yeah, so you guys had left the bazaar, left the apothecary. You do have a hot date tonight, and you guys are making your way towards the middle district of the city, kind of wrapping yourselves around the museum like you see it for the first time. And it's this large rectangular building. And as you guys are like walking past it, you're like taking like a little bit of like a quick note, How about roll me perception checks?
Ooh, rolling already.
Yeah, buddy.
I wasn't ready.
Fuck yeah. 17. Get wrecked. Plus 2, so 19.
I rolled a natural 3 plus 1 for 4.
Get out of You're useless.
You,
Go home.
are busy flexing your pecs, thinking about your hot date tonight. Hugh, on the other hand, is like, so this is the place that I think I'm supposed to go.
I rolled a 13 plus 2.
Okay, so with a 15, you notice the building. You see that there might be something on the very top of it. You're not quite sure, and Hugh, actually, as you are making your way around the edge of the building, you can kind of like, for as short as you are, you kind of like jump and climb up the back of Aang really quick, and you can like, hey, like you think you see something on the top of the building.
I'm going to send Scarl. Scarl, I want you to scamper up there and see what's up there. And come back and tell me what it is. Be quick about it.
Roll animal handling.
That sounds dirty. 13 plus, what do I add to animal
Whatever
handling?
Yeah,
That's in wisdom.
Plus 2, so 15. Man, I am killing it.
You are killing it tonight. So you tap Scarl on his back, give him a little pet, and he scampers off. He somehow is able to climb up the sheer 90-degree wall of this museum. It looks like a modern museum that has like that like postmodern like 70s design where it's like a big square rectangle type building. It wouldn't make a lot of sense in this city.
The postmodern 70s of Dwarven Age,
exactly.
of course.
You see Scarl like scamper up, and this is like 3 or 4 stories up now. So you're kind of getting a little uneasy if he would fall.
I don't care.
Fair enough. And
He's my best friend. I care about him more than anyone in the world. I don't care.
I don't care at all. So he hops over the top, and he disappears for like a minute. And I guess you guys are kind of just like standing there at the corner waiting for him to come back. What ends up happening is like 2 or 3 minutes later, you see him coming down the side of the museum, and he has something in his mouth. You're not quite sure what it is yet. But then as he gets safely to the ground and kind of plays Frogger in between all the people walking in the crowded street, he makes his way back to you, and he kind of like has like all this slobber like all over this item in his mouth, and he looks up at you and he like spits it out right at your feet.
Good boy.
And you pick it up, and it is a clump of leaves like you would see potentially on like a rose bush.
All right. I'm going to put it in my mouth. I'm going to put it in my mouth, and I'm going to taste it. I can talk to trees, so I can, like, me and leaves were pretty close. Right?
That's how that works.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
It's an interesting bond.
You put it in your mouth and you start chewing a little bit, and you kind of get the flavor of plant. That's like if you would have put grass in your mouth, it would have tasted pretty much the same. There might be a little tinge of sour because it was in Scarl's mouth, and who knows what he's been eating. But
I do. I've been feeding him. It's not
good things. You don't really gain anything from that other than the fact that you kind of know that there must be something growing up on the roof or something like that. So now that you guys have kind of like cased the outside of the museum, as it were, you continue on your way towards the Middle District. You remember that Marcus had actually told you guys that this was the area of the city where he was going to be doing business, not necessarily with Mritza or anything, but in that general vicinity of like the neighborhood or whatever. So as you guys are going, you kind of are just passing by the avenues kind of aimlessly. Aang, roll a d6.
Okay. 4.
That was very loud.
Did you punch your mic at the same time?
No,
Angrily rolling dice. Like,
I have it in like a hollow box on.
All right,
on
Jerry.
my little table here.
Hey, I used a tin can. It was much better.
Oh my goodness. You're looking around and you see like this between two like 5 or 6 story wood and plaster buildings. You see like this smaller little 2-story shop, and on the front of it there's a neon sign. It looks like neon to us, but it's like magical lettering. Kind of like a Miami Vice type lettering, and it says Mritza's Magical Menagerie. And you guys have found Mritza's shop.
All right. Do you guys want to head in?
Her shop's in a museum?
No, you guys
near the
walked
museum.
around the museum. So I had sent you guys like the last time, like a picture of the map.
Yes. Okay, I
So are
got
we
you
like
now.
kind of like on the wall side of it rather than like the center of
Yeah,
town side
you're
of
on.
it?
You're because like going down
Okay.
through the whole middle of the city is like the main causeway, and then you guys had kind of exited the bazaar, which is tucked into that front corner, and the big rectangular building with the big square in the middle of it. That was the museum, and you guys are now alongside the city wall where there's, imagine like a very steep hill with houses dotting up and down the side of it. Not houses, but like it's very urban. So like 5 or 6 story buildings, and like in between some of these buildings on one of the city blocks is this little 2-story building that kind of looks out of place. And that's where you saw like the Miami Vice lettering of Mritza's Magical Menagerie. Yep.
Cool.
Let's head inside.
I think this is what we were looking for, guys.
Yeah. Let's move on in here.
We were looking for things?
You're just tagging along, Hugh.
All right.
You just keep doing you.
Now we're just going for a stroll.
All right, and as you guys open up the door, you hear like a little bell ding, and there is she looks elderly, but she looks like a spirited elderly woman. She's an elf, and so you know how elves are long-lived. She obviously fits the long-lived description. She's probably pushing like 250 at this point. So she kind of looks like your crazy great aunt. Her hair is gray and silver, and it's kind of put up like a beehive, like kind of hairdo. And she greets you. Hello, welcome to my store.
I'm gonna jump in fright. I am not prepared for this.
I'm gonna put my hand on Hugh and tell him to chill out. Greetings, Mritza. My name's Grizz. Good to meet you.
Oh, hello, Grizz. What's that short for?
It's not short for anything. It's just my first name's Grizz, last name Brand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And who are you, Mr. Scaly Pants?
Sorry. My name is Aang. How do you do? I guess.
Well, how does it hang, Aang?
No, just
Oh.
Aang.
Hi, just Aang.
Classic. And this elderly gentleman to my left is our
Who you calling elderly, Sonny?
It's our friend Hugh.
You can just completely ignore everything he
Oh,
says.
don't
yes.
mind them, Hugh. We're like a fine wine. We get better with age.
I like that. I like her. She's cool.
Mritza, a mutual friend of ours, Marcus.
Oh, you know Marcus?
Sent us your way. We are acquainted with Marcus. Yes, he sent us. He sent us your way. He said you may be able to help us on our mission here in Brinst.
Oh, that Marcus. He just tries too hard. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of get that vibe from him. Like, he's trying a little too extra.
What do you mean tries too hard?
He he's not really one of us. He doesn't live in the city, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's kind of classist. That's kind of fucked up, actually.
I mean, I've lived here all my life. I don't know how else I can be.
Okay, all right. Well, you're old. I mean, most old people are pretty racist, so I guess that just carries weight here in this world. So,
Hugh still likes her.
of course he does. Hugh's also like 1,000 years old.
All of a sudden, you guys were so overtaken by the energy that Mritza was projecting as you entered the door that you guys totally blew over and skipped this short halfling sitting on a bar stool next to Mritza's counter space.
I go over and I give him the halfling handshake that all halflings know.
And just like that, he zips and zops and clips and clops.
Wait, there's hip bumps. There's hip bumps involved.
Definitely a lot of hip bumps. More than you remember.
It's like, have you ever seen
more than you remember, because the last time you kind of did one of these was like the alpha version of this handshake, and now it's kind of on beta. So there's a couple more hip checks that you weren't exactly expecting, but you get the hang of it.
It's kind of like, have you ever seen The Parent Trap starring Lindsay Lohan? And you know, it's a lot like that secret handshake.
Okay, yep, I'm picking it up.
Makes sense.
Greetings, stranger. My name's Grizz. Who might you be?
The halfling with brown hair, he's smoking on a pipe, or he lights a pipe after finishing his handshake with Hugh. He looks middle-aged. He doesn't look exorbitantly old. He probably has been around the block a couple times, but not nearly as many times as Mritza's been. He says to you, "Oh, hey, how's it going? My name is Tim the Wary. It's a pleasure to meet you."
What is it? What's his name?
It's a very descriptive name, Tim. How did you come by that?
Well, you see, after spending the last couple decades with this wild one here, you get a little wary.
Greetings, Tim. My name is Grizz. These are my compatriots, Hugh and Ang.
It's nice to meet you. Are you some kind of farmers? I heard you guys knew Marcus.
Yes, we are a traveling band of farmers, bringing new methods of farming to each city that we visit.
Well, that's weird.
It's not weird. You know, we have interesting technologies that we're able to sell. Patented technologies, of course. We sell to farmers to increase their crop yield and bring them more prosperity. It's like pretty normal business, actually.
We work for a company called Santo Mon. I'm sure you've heard of it.
You know, I have heard of Santo Mon. I'm pretty sure they met with the guilds a couple weeks ago with Marcus. So that makes perfect sense now that I think about it. He like scratches his head.
Yeah, we're just here on follow. We're here on follow-up business, making sure that Marcus is following the Santo Mon guidelines and not reusing seeds from season to season. Just a whole plethora of kind of restrictive laws that we place upon our farmers. But he seems to be doing just fine.
Oh, you guys will fit in perfectly in Brent's.
Mritza. First of all, thank you for welcoming us into your shop here.
Of course, darling.
We did have some questions for you. Is there a place we may speak with you in private?
Oh well, right here is fine. Are you interested in some enchanted wares? Are you in search of something? Like, is there a specific item you're looking for? Something to take home to the Mrs. Brand?
Well, we haven't gotten our per diem yet from Santo Mon, so I think we're not here exactly for trinkets. But we hope you may have some information for us that can help us along our way here.
Okay, well, shoot.
Well, I still would feel more comfortable if we had a private place to speak, perhaps a back room, or a closet.
A closet?
A big closet.
Well, what if we?
I was gonna say I don't know if I'd fit into
A storeroom.
I nudge Grizz in the side. I'm like, good call. Get her in the back. I'll stay out here and rob her blind.
I'm gonna whack him with my tail.
And as you guys are going back and forth under the table, as it were, Mritza opens up a door behind the counter, and she says, "Well, come along, all three of you. I need to keep my eyes on you."
Come on, you.
Do I have like a body double spell?
Not that I am aware of.
Let me see here. Spells. Okay, I can leave Scarl behind. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Scarl, stay here and swallow as many things of value that you can
Roll
find.
another animal handling check for me.
12 plus, what was it? Two, I think?
2, yeah.
Yeah, 2. 14.
Okay. That will come up later.
Yes.
All right, so the three of you kind of single file around the counter and back into this storeroom with Mritza leading the charge. And what's the order here? Like, who's going in first?
I'll go in first. I'm feeling pretty bold.
I'll follow behind Hugh to make sure that he actually is coming in.
Gotta learn that body double spell.
And Aang, as you go through the door, you notice Tim walk up behind you and close it. He says to you as he closes the door, "Don't mind me. I'll watch the front." And now you guys are standing behind like a kitchen table of sorts. You can see there's bits and pieces of fabric, a knife blade without a hilt, some unfinished pieces. You see some herbs that are dried out hanging upside down. And Mritza says, "What would you guys like to talk about now?"
Mritza, I'm gonna come clean here. We're not exactly on business here with San Monto.
We're government agents representing a group that monitors the presence of aliens in this world.
God damn it, you.
Did I mention just to disregard everything that he says?
What are aliens?
Listen, we've traveled here from the port city of Green Foam. We're here on official. I'm gonna look to my left, look to my right, and wiggle my eyebrows. Rose Guard business.
Oh, Grizz, that's all you had to say. Goodness, we didn't have to come back here for that. I would have just locked the front door.
I don't know your friend Tim. I don't know I don't know if Tim's cool. You know, I don't know anything about that guy.
Well, there's 2 reasons I keep Tim around. One of which is because he's one of the best thieves in this city, and I'll let you figure out the other.
I'll start checking my pockets. All right, I still have my gold I stole from you. Good.
Roll an
Good,
insight
good.
check.
Shit. That's a 12. Hold on. Plus, that's a 15.
Everything checks out. You because you rolled a 15, you were pretty thorough, and you also remembered everything that you had been keeping on your person. Whereas, sometimes, things happen, you throw something into your bag and you kind of forget about it. This time, though, you were sure to make sure, you were absolutely certain that nothing was awry and nothing's missing.
Phew. All right, I'm gonna wipe my brow. So Mritza, we're sort of new recruits to the Rose Guard. We are here searching for, I suppose you could call him or her a rogue mage. Is that an apt description, guys?
I thought we were coming here for the sights.
God damn it, Hugh! Shut up.
Yeah, I'd say that was about right.
Rogue mages. In a city like this, you're going to have to be more descriptive.
Well, we do believe this mage is hanging out around the newest exhibit at the museum here that opens in a few days. I don't know if that helps kind of clear things up for you.
You guys know what the exhibit is? Please tell me.
Do we know what the exhibit is? I don't remember.
I do, but I forgot.
Okay. Well, yeah, of course you know what the exhibit is.
We were kind of hoping that you'd tell us.
No. I mean, I know what the exhibit is. I don't know about these guys. I know what the exhibit is. I just can't tell anyone about it. I've been sworn to secrecy.
Ugh. Literally, that is the closest lipped secret in this entire city. Let me tell you, I have been
it's good.
dying to find out what it is.
It's gonna be amazing. Get your tickets now.
If I could, I would. It's sold out for like the next 6 months.
So, about this mage.
Okay.
What else do we know about this rogue mage?
She
didn't-
killed 3 people.
Okay.
You know that she is powerful enough to have killed all 3 of those individuals without really leaving a mark. You know that she was in the Rose Guard. She is trained in some kind of battle magic of some sort.
Okay. So this mage, Mritza, former Rose Guard gone rogue, has killed 3 of our compatriots. Powerful battle mage. Does that help clear anything up for you?
Well, I guess a little bit. You're not talking about Shalou, are you?
You know Shalou?
Of course I know Shalou. Who do you think gives her all of her wares?
Hold on. Can we do something? Hold on. Wait a second. That's not who we're talking about, right?
No,
Am I crazy?
You're not crazy.
Okay. All right. No, I don't think that we're talking about Shalou. I think we're looking for someone else here.
Well, let me think. She's kind of tapping the side of her chin, tapping her foot, kind of looking off into space. You can tell this isn't the first time she's had to think really hard about something like this. She's probably lost in thought like a space cadet often. She taps her chin for 10 more seconds, and all of a sudden her eyes get really wide and she exclaims, "You know what? I did see something." Do you know what it was? Do you know what it was?
I would love to know what it is, Mritza.
Huh. Well, let me tell you. I saw a hooded individual walking into the museum with the curator, who, you should know, works for the UTC, as most of this city does. And she was, I don't know if it was a she or not, but the hooded figure was talking in a hushed tone. I could not hear a word they were saying, but the curator was waving his arms madly as if something had been stolen.
Can you tell me who this curator is? Is this a human man? Is this a dwarven man? Is this an elf woman? Who we talking about here?
The curator is he's an elf man. He's kind of like my rival, I guess you could say. Where I like to sell exotic things and enchant them, this dirtbag just likes to put them in a building and let them collect dust for decades.
Okay, and just to kind of get a description on this hooded figure, taller, shorter, same height as the elven man?
I would say they were about the same height, so...
Okay.
5'3".
Interesting. Well, I guess, guys, what do you think? Yeah.
Any way that we'd be able to talk to the curator?
I don't know why you'd want to, but with this whole exhibit happening, no one's seen him for the past couple of days. I think he's been busy getting it prepared, so getting an appointment with him would be damn near impossible.
Grizz is gonna like flex his pecs and be like, I think we can manage something.
Make a performance check.
Yeah. Oh no.
Let's hear it.
That's a 4 plus. That's a 7. 4 plus 3 is 7.
I throw some crumpled dollar bills at his feet.
Just dollar bills, not gold pieces.
dollar bills.
Dollar bills with Hugh's face on them.
Yeah.
From 1,000 years
from
ago, so the
1,000 years
currency's
ago.
worthless.
Completely worthless.
But they do have my face on them.
But they're collectible, and I pick them up.
You roll a d6.
5.
You pick up 5 worthless pieces of
Can we call them Hugh Bucks?
Yeah,
Can we call them
5
Hugh
Hugh Bucks.
They say Hugh Bucks on them.
BUX. Perfect.
That's all I ever wanted. All right, mission complete.
All right, game over.
Got
You
my
guys
Hugh
win. Campaign completed.
We've collected the Hugh Bucks.
All right, guys, that was fun. That was fun.
So, you said your name was Aang, right?
Yes.
I don't know what Mr. Grizz is doing over there. I think he's trying to impress me or something. Not working.
Yeah. Yeah. Just disregard that. He kind of likes to think highly of himself whenever he probably shouldn't.
I start doing vigorous push-ups, but from my knees.
Does he always do that?
Sometimes better than others, but yeah, he does that often.
Gotta get after it.
He likes to think he's in shape.
Seize the day.
I think
as they
I
say.
personally think he's compensating for something, but we don't talk about it.
Hey! My tail is plenty large. Thank you. Push-ups.
Well,
Again.
I think you guys are kind of funny, and you guys seem to be interested in, not playing by the book, as they say. Is that correct?
Oh, well, yeah, we're all quite roguish characters, if you catch my drift.
Speak for yourself. I am a pure example of all that is good in this world. I start a small fire in the corner.
Mritza snaps her fingers with a prestigious edge. She snaps her fingers, and the fire goes out.
I give a golf clap.
And she says to you guys, "So, how about a little deal?"
Go on. I'm like getting up and like wiping the sweat from my brow. I got some powdered poultry that I got from Marcus. I'm shaking it up in my shaker.
So, you guys need to get into the museum, right?
We do.
Well, it just so happens that Tim out in the front, he needs to get into the museum after hours, if you catch my drift. And he's kind of looking to get me something out of there. Maybe he could join up with you guys and, help you along. Maybe you can help him along, get what he needs, and...
Yeah, kind of I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, guys? You think this is something we can get behind here?
Yes.
I think we can work something out.
All right, Mritza. We're interested. So, what are we gonna do here? What's the plan?
So, I'm glad you asked. That stupid, obnoxious elf, Max, a.k.a. the Curator, he's decided that I'm not allowed to have a set of short swords that have been sitting in that museum collecting dust for decades. I have offered to purchase them legally, I may add, for as many years as they've been in the antiquities collection. I would love to enchant them and sell them for a pretty penny. And my man out there Tim is going to get it for me, I think. But
Whoa.
what were you going to say?
No, go on, please. Go on. I don't want to ruin your flow there.
But we're trying to get in after hours, and we're trying not to be seen. And that's very difficult, you see. During the day, the museum's open, the public's there, lots of eyes, lots of security. You know how that goes, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then at night, you have the theater across the street packed with that fool Loon Auto Steeple. I should have never given him that loot. Never. I enchanted a loot for him, and now he is... If he wasn't so humble about it, I would be upset, but he's just... His songs are so damn catchy. Have you heard them?
Yes. They're everywhere. How can you not?
Seriously. And he looks at you. I wish Tim would look at me like he looks at anything. But I digress. Tim's going to be heading to the Library of the Guilds later tonight. He's going to be looking for some floor plans. The Library of the Guilds sits, are you familiar with the layout of the city?
Moderately, yeah. I'm sure we could get more information. The layout would be great.
The Library of the Guilds sits underneath the mayor's... he calls it an estate. It's more of a mansion than anything else. But at the tip of the city, facing the sea. Underneath that gaudy estate on top lies the Library of the Guilds underneath. It's kind of where you would find tax records, exchanges of major properties and large business deals. I mean, the guilds put a lot of their paperwork there, and you can imagine what that scene looks like. But Tim's going to go there tonight and either request some floor plans of the museum, or he's going to go find them himself. I don't know who's running that operation anymore. I haven't been to the Library of the Guilds in 100 years.
Can we bring Tim in here? I think we should. Maybe we can all put our heads together, figure out a way to get this, to find our way into this museum here.
Roll perception checks, all three of you.
I see you're already in the room with us.
Roll perception checks.
That's a 9 plus
3. I got a 3.
I got a 10.
I got a 10 also.
So
that's a 23 altogether. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Is that how that works?
That's not how that works.
Damn it.
But out of the corner of the room, there was kind of like a magical light above the table. That's what was kind of lighting the whole room, as you had seen like the dry herbs hanging from the ceiling, and you guys are all around this table. Well, out of the corner of the room, you see Tim, the halfling, glide out from the shadows and say, "Well, I've been here the whole time."
Oh, Tim, you sneaky fucker. I like you.
I like you too, Grizz, even though you can't do a push-up to save your life.
I always do lots of pushes for my knees. Listen, I got a lot of, my muscles are a little sore, so I'm just kind of maxing them out right now,
I underestimated your sneakiness, Tim.
Tim, I think I'm formulating a plan here, but I want to hear sort of your thoughts. Can you find these blueprints to the museum on your own?
Do you know how many books are in that library?
What's a book?
A book?
What's a library? Please explain.
Well, a library is,
I'm just messing with you. Come on, you can't find these goddamn plans.
You're good. You got me.
I'm the Joker. You can't find these plans, huh? I feel I think I have a plan for
it's not
disrupting.
It's not so much that I can't find these plans. It's just there's a lot of books, and I'm not 100% sure they're just going to hand it over to me, and I can take it out of the building. They have a very strict policy, I guess you could say. It's called a library, but it's more of a book museum. You can look at the papers there, but you can't take them home.
If we get you into the museum, can you find your way to these artifacts that Mritza's looking for?
These short swords?
Yeah. Or, anything else that might be worth liberating?
In the museum or the library?
The museum? I mean, the museum has the short swords, right?
Yes.
And the library has the plans to the museum.
Yes, and with the plans to the museum, I think I might be able to, get in there better than, a halfling in the dark.
So, let's say we're able to perhaps disrupt Loon's performance at the theater. Would that be a sufficient distraction to allow us to sneak into the museum and find these items?
Well, what items are you going after?
Well, listen, Mritza's looking for these short swords, and that's what we're going to look for. And if we find some things along the way that seem pretty sweet, we can grab those too. I'm all about, I don't think things should be locked away. Toys are made to be played with, you know what I mean?
Hey, you ain't lying.
You can't lock things behind these goddamn cages for people to look at. They're made to be used.
Yeah, what do you think I'm going to do with the short swords?
I'm hoping poke some bad guys. Poke them a lot.
We'll see.
Gonna try to make yourself a pair of goblin shoes, huh?
I gently caress my goblin shoes that I've been wearing this whole time.
They smell terrible.
They smell real bad.
They smell great.
It's pretty
Mritza
awful.
is just like observing this whole scene, and she says, "Oh, honey, please let me fix that."
I'm okay with it. I'm good.
Please do something about it.
It's a biohazard.
Well, how about this? You guys get the plans from the library, see what's going on there, and maybe I'll take care of those shoes for you
Done. When are we going?
tonight.
Okay. All right. So, what time tonight?
Tim hops up onto a chair next to the table and lays out a very similar map of the city that you guys have, like same style and everything. And he says, and he like points his like stubby finger right at the tip of the city, and he says, "After the sun goes down, we'll wait 2 hours. I've been casing this place for the past couple weeks. What happens is the caretakers, they go to sleep. The guard, he takes his nightly 2-hour shower. All of the mages studying their spells, all of the merchants stocking their receipts, they all leave for the evening. We'll have the place all to ourselves."
Okay, I like that. What time does the sun set in this part of town, in this area we're in? Long story short, I got a hot date with this sweet little thing, and I want to make sure I make that.
I mean, I figured out of character, you guys know that the sun kind of goes down at like 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So, like, you're saying like 11 o'clock we hit up this place.
Yeah, like it would be
All right.
definitely
That's-
like after people have gone to sleep and
Perfect.
everything else. Like, you guys are, if you guys want like a season that you're in right now, you're kind of in mid to late summer. The sun still isn't going down super early, but you guys definitely will have time to go on your date. Tim says to you guys, "Oh yeah, you'll have plenty of time for your date, I promise. The important thing is that we find the directory, and that'll tell us where the floor plans for major city works are, and then we'll be able to get the plans.
Where is this directory at?
It's in probably, I don't know, like the front of the library, or
Oh, okay. So
it's
not a
in the
special
library.
trip.
It's not like it's
Okay.
hidden somewhere else.
Okay, it's not like a special trip we're taking somewhere else
No,
in
no,
town.
no.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you guys think? You think it's something you want to take part in?
I don't think we have too many other options if we want to get this done.
I mean, I'm all-
We gotta
I'm all-
do what we need to do.
I'm kind of feeling up for a little B&E myself, so I'm down.
I look up and I've just been reading a book in the corner this entire time.
After your fire was put out, you were kind of like off put by any
I was
conversation.
pretty disappointed. Yeah. I don't care, guys. Just whatever you want.
Hugh.
What?
You want to steal some shit tonight?
Fuck yeah, let's steal some shit.
We're in, Mritza.
Excellent! I'm so happy to hear it.
I have one quick question.
Yes?
In exchange for helping you with all of this, at least for this first task, would it be possible to get some kind of extra enchantment out of the deal for one of my weapons, in case things get a little hairy come time to get those weapons?
Oh, well, aren't you the capitalist? We'll see what we can do.
Okay, I figure there's an opportunity here to get ahead a little bit. Might as well try to take it full advantage.
Aang, I think you do very well in this city.
Mritza, one more thing.
Yes?
I found this. You seem to be someone who's well versed in enchantments and magical items and whatnot. Well, we had a chance encounter with a nasty little thing outside the city walls, and I was able to find this small silver purse style thing. Could you tell me a little bit about it? I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm gonna hand her the silver threaded bag that I have.
Perfect. You hand her the bag, and she kind of like bounces it in her hand a little bit to kind of get a feel for the weight. She looks it over. She takes the drawstring, unties it, and kind of like pulls it open and like looks inside of it, holds it upside down and shakes it, sees if anything comes out of it, and she smiles and says, I think I'm going to like my dealings with you three. You seem to be pretty lucky. This is a bag of holding.
I know what that is, but could you please explain it to Hugh? I think he doesn't know what that is.
I climb inside of it. I'll roll for it if you want.
No, I'm letting it happen.
You realize if you climb in
It's
there,
bigger on the
if
inside.
you climb in there and I tie it shut, you're never coming out, right? Like you just solved all of our problems.
Every life is an adventure.
Oh my god. All right, Hugh, roll me 3d6. No, I'm joking.
Isn't that bag pretty small? Like he can fit his body. I thought it was like a little bag around his neck.
It was around an ogre's neck. I mean, you can open
fair.
the mouth of it. It kind of like opens like a boa constrictor's mouth. Like it just like open because you can put larger items in there.
I'm gonna climb inside of it like a kangaroo pouch.
Roll an athletics check for me.
Athletics.
Hope you
Nice.
fall into nothingness.
11 plus.
Oh boy.
I got shit ton of dexterity plus 4, so 15.
Oh my god.
It's really weird to describe, but you're hanging out by like your armpits over the edge of the bag, and it looks almost like a really strange sleeping bag of sorts, except that the bottom of the bag is only like a foot, and like the rest of you from like the chest up is like hanging out of this bag, and it looks extremely bizarre. But what else would you find inside of Mritza's magical menagerie, but something ridiculous as Hugh using
I
a bag of holding as a knapsack.
I scrunch my face up and I like look really concentrated, and then all of a sudden I let out a loud sigh. And then I climb out of the bag of holding, buckling my pants.
I'm gonna take the bag of holding and hold it upside down over Q's head.
Nope.
And shake it vigorously.
This is still climbing out. I've been holding that since forever.
Gross.
It's the first crap that you've taken in 1,000 years.
It was. God damn, did it feel good.
It's gonna be like dust. All right, so Mritza, this is a bag of holding. What exactly does that do?
Well, as you just saw, it holds things.
So it's just a bag.
I wouldn't put anything in there.
The thing about a bag of holding is it's magical, Hugh. Although you did whatever you might have done in there, I'm not 100% sure myself. Whatever else is put into that bag wouldn't come in contact with it. Think of it like this room. You have this room, but instead of it existing in this space, it's a small pocket. And you can put things in there. And all you have to do is think about the item you want to pull out of this, and you'll magically pull it out of the bag.
Ooh, well, that sounds quite useful. I'm gonna stick my hand in and think about handfuls of gold, and then pull my hand out.
You pull your hand out, and there's nothing there. There wasn't anything in the actual bag of holding other than now a little bit of Hugh.
Oh, it was worth a shot. I'm gonna wipe my hand on Hugh's back. All right. Well, how big is this? I'm gonna quote unquote room inside this bag. Can I fit like a couple swords? Can I fit a bale of hay?
Easily.
Okay. Interesting. Do we have just out of character? Do we have like a dimension to the inside of this bag?
Let me double check. I
Sure.
believe a bag of holding can hold up to like 300 pounds worth of stuff.
Okay.
It's something like that, and I think
I think you're right, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would want to triple check it just so I'm not telling you guys the wrong thing.
All right. While you're checking that, I'm gonna tell the guys my plan. So guys, I'm thinking we get these plans from the library. We reconvene here, and I think we can create quite the distraction in front of the museum to be able to sneak our way in to liberate some of these items. What do you think?
I think that can be arranged.
That's a good plan.
Well, Hugh,
but it's
well,
terrible.
Hugh, how
So
about this?
We should do my plan.
Listen, Hugh. What if I told you, by stealing a magical flute that you can have, we would be...
Oh?
Yeah. How about we steal you a flute? How about that plan?
I don't play the flute.
Oh, sorry.
I
It's
don't-
not a flute. It's a lute.
Much better. Yes, I love the
Okay.
lutes.
So I'm thinking we get these goddamn plans. We steal this goddamn loot from Loon, whatever his name is. It throws off his show. People have a riot outside the theater. And we sneak our way into the museum while there's all kinds of distractions in front.
Okay. Can I light some fires?
You can light 2 fires.
Make it 3 and it's a deal.
You can light 2 fires and 1 firework upon completion of mission.
These are acceptable terms.
We shake on it.
All right.
I still have some of you on me, so you get some of you on you.
That's okay. I did a no wipe.
Oh,
You didn't see me bring any toilet paper in there.
So a bag of holding is roughly 2 feet by 4 feet deep.
Okay.
It can hold up to 500 pounds and not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet, which is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a bunch.
Hey, Matilda or Melinda or whatever your name is.
Mritza, dear, Mritza.
Sure thing, Mary. Can I, just hypothetically, Would I be able to hold a 1/16 scale replica model of Mount Rushmore made out of Cheese Whiz? Would that be doable?
I have so many
hell's Mount
questions about that. Where is this Mount Rushmore?
I'm gonna chalk that up under. I'm just gonna have to chalk that up under. We'll have to see.
I guess we will.
I feel like that's half your life.
It definitely is. All right. So what else do you guys want to do? At this point, it's mid-afternoon, like 3-4 o'clock of our time.
All right. Well, Mritza, before we depart, listen. I've heard quite a tale of your ability to enchant items, and to be honest, like Aang said, we can use all the help we can get. We have some quite illustrious plans for the Rose Guard, and if there's any way you can assist us with some enchanted items, something that can help us, would be much appreciated.
well,
I'm gonna poffer Scarl. Just gonna hold him up. And he's gonna give big puppy dog eyes.
I'm gonna say,
Big puppy dog lizard eyes.
he's so cute. Look at this. Look at Skrull, and I'm gonna pet him. I'm gonna rub underneath his chin. Look how good he is. He's such a cute thing.
roll
He bites Grizz's
roll
finger.
an animal handling check, Grizz.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you get a bit.
That is a 13 plus. What's animal handling under?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. That's a 14.
So Scarl kind of looks at you. His right eye goes above your head. His left eye kind of looks at your feet, and he doesn't bite you, but he looks like he's a healthy green shade all the time, right? But for whatever reason, right now he kind of looks a little pale, and he opens his mouth, and a couple pieces of cloth and a gold coin and somehow 3 Hugh bucks are thrown up at your feet.
I line his cage with him.
All right. First of all, I pick up the Hugh Bucks because now I have 8. I think I only need 3 more to send away for the magical and mystical ring.
Oh God! Did I just create like a sub side mission?
For sure,
crazy
for sure.
enchanted ring.
So now I have 8 Hugh Bucks, and I take the gold, and I'm gonna take some some food out of my pack because I don't think that Hugh's been actually taking good care of Skrull. I'm gonna give Scarl some.
I take offense at that accusation,
he
slander.
He just threw up some gold and some Hugh Bucks. I'm gonna give him some of the jerky that I have and see how he likes that.
He eats that up quickly, and he affectionately shoots out his tongue on the side of your face.
Yeah, good Scarl, good Scarl. And I whisper to Hugh.
You wouldn't.
Oh, I'm gonna take your best friend too, pal.
You wouldn't be happy if you knew where that tongue's been.
I kiss Scarl. I give him a little peck on the top of the head.
Scarl kind of looks sideways at you, like, I'm just a lizard.
All right, and sorry. So Mritza, anything you can do to
Yes?
help us out on our quest here would be greatly appreciated. I'm sure we're gonna face quite the challenge getting into the museum and liberating these magical items for you, of which you said are quite valuable.
Sure, that's very doable. I think with this partnership, you could say we're engaging in here, I would be able to help out with that. Thing is, I don't know how much you know about enchanting, but it's going to take some time. My enchantments, especially, there's a couple rituals I do which make them stronger, I guess you could say. I need it to be a full moon. I need some sage, and I need an item. So I'm gonna.
Please say ball bearings. I have lots of ball bearings if you need any. Will those help?
Actually, I've never enchanted ball bearings, but I'll give it a shot.
Well,
Whoa! I thought we were enchanting Scarl.
I don't need my ball. I'm saying, do you need ball bearings to enchant things? I don't. I'm trying to get rid of these goddamn things. I got 1,000 of these things. I don't need any of them.
Oh, I was going to
Those may
enchant.
come in handy later for the distraction.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna hand her my
Maybe.
remaining ball bearings, all 995 of them.
I might be able to get these to you by this time tomorrow.
All right, I much appreciate it, Mritza.
You are in luck with the moon.
Well, that's what that's my middle name. Well, there's luck.
Gris, as you kind of are giggling and smiling your charismatic ways about getting these ball bearings enchanted. First off, how many are you going to give her?
I have 995.
You're going to give her like the whole bag?
I'll give her the whole bag.
Okay. As she accepts the bag from you, she takes a double take at your face and roll a d20.
Uh-oh. It's a 14.
Oh, Gris, you're not looking so hot, darling.
I mean, I feel okay.
Oh man, do you see that? Look at his face.
And where's
That's what you
where
get.
Scarl affectionately licked your face, you can see a couple yellow spots starting to come off of, like on your cheek.
Oh.
You should never let anything Hugh touches near your face. That's like rule number 1 of this trip.
I can vouch for that.
Oh no. I can't have this blemish on my date. What do I do?
That's what you get for trying to come between a man and his lizard and
That
his
sounded
pet.
very wrong.
Mritza tisks and kind of shakes her head. You two, you guys are too much. But she snaps her fingers and the blemishes disappear. And she says to you, now, I'm not quite sure what exactly that is. I'll look that up tonight too. I have some books. But you still have it. I just kind of hid it.
Okay. This is okay. All right, thanks, Mritza. I'll see you tomorrow.
And so with that, you guys all kind of head back into the front of the store. Tim goes back. You notice he's drawing and sketching something on the counter. And Mritza, she continues to dust some of her items. You see a couple shields, and you see some swords, and like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a couple bags. You actually notice 3 or 4 other bags of holding.
I would like to try and swipe one.
Oh, God damn it.
Roll that'd be sleight of hand. Yeah, roll a sleight of hand check for me.
16 plus 4, 20. Eat it. Give me that bag. Got me a new sleeping bag.
Roll a perception check for me.
9 plus what's perception? Plus 2, 11.
Okay. Let me make a roll here. Okay. As you go ahead and somehow swipe a bag of holding off of the top shelf as a halfling, Mritza doesn't notice this. She's turned around dusting, and it appears as if Tim is just smoking his pipe and drawing away. But are you guys going to leave the store now and come back later, or are you guys going to meet? You guys never kind of established.
You don't hang around with hot items.
All right, so are you guys going to meet up with Tim at the like in front of the library later? Are you going to meet back here?
Yeah, I think Tim, let's
In front of the library.
Yeah,
works.
let's meet in front of the library, say 11 bells.
That sounds perfect.
All right.
As you guys are exiting the building, Hugh, you don't necessarily perceive it, but Tim got up off of his chair and closed the door behind you, and you didn't even feel it, but feel a little bit lighter, and just like that, Tim stole back your bag of holding.
I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember that.
Also, as we're walking out, I turn to Mritza and I ask her, "Hey, Mritza, would you be able to enchant these leather gloves of mine? Maybe help me be a little bit more sneaky or something, or I don't know." Just
You're never going to be
do your
sneaky,
thing with
Aang. You're a lumbering oaf.
I need any advantage I could get. All right, I'm not exactly.
They're gonna let you
Small.
fold origami.
Oh, Aang, you were the sweetest out of this whole group. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, thanks, Mritza.
And just like that, you guys exit the building, and you see Mritza's purple, elite-looking robes get smaller and smaller as you walk away, winding your way throughout the middle district. And I think that's a good spot for tonight.
Nice.
We'll pick up with your hot date, and then we'll get into that library.
You and me can just record a solo session.
Oh, yeah, actually,
Nope.
you could if you want.
No. Oh, no, I'm taking part.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey y'all, it's your DM Zeki. As you may have heard at the beginning of the cast, Pat mentioned that you can find us on Facebook. That's really cool. We would love to see more people finding the page, and specifically, we would love to hear back from all the listeners out there. Now, that's pretty cool and all, but what about some sweet loot? Everyone loves stickers, and the first 50 people who write in a review of the show on Facebook will be getting one. Head over to facebook.com, search The Natural Ones, or /the Nat1S cast, like, follow, or both, and leave a review to be eligible. Hope to see you there.